of local authorities.
Operation Southern Spear, hosted by Centurion Milsim, was an event this past weekend in Tabor City, North Carolina, where Adventure Beach Paintball was previously located. This event was advertised to be 48 hours long and over 7 to 800 acres. First of all, I don't want you guys to take anything that I'm saying to suggest don't do any more events, quit what you're doing. You have a fantastic vision, you have a unique plan that there is a niche there and other companies aren't covering it. So let's cover the positives, let's talk about your opportunities, and then I'll wrap it up. The first thing that I want to say I appreciate is that you have missions that have a purpose and how you launch them. So the idea for anyone else who wasn't there, essentially you come together at the event, your command passes down what's going on, you execute it, you come back, you talk about it. There's a break, and then you repeat the process. And what I really like about that is you're able to give a more rich experience than just force on force, go shoot at things, take your lunch whenever you want, get back in. Hey, I'm the commander, and now I'm yelling at people because they're taking a break and slacking off. They should be out there shooting stuff. So this is 100% in line with the type of gameplay I'm looking for, and I'm excited to see how you guys continue what you're offering. So, opportunities. First of all, if you're going to advertise that you have a 48-hour event over 7 to 800 acres, including keeping that in your banner the day of, then you probably want to make sure you have an event that's 48 hours. Once the schedule comes out, I'm doing some basic math, which I have to confess is not what I'm best at. I'm only seeing 29 hours that are available for missions. Now that doesn't even factor into the length of time it takes to eat or get the cats ready and herd them all together for the mission. That's just the window of time available for the mission. Friday, there's nothing happening. So what you have is some people they probably have work, probably have life, what have you. They're looking at the schedule. When nothing happens Friday, I should just go Saturday. Somebody else is in the planning page saying, well, I'm going to be there Friday and we're going to be doing stuff. Who are you talking to that we're not? What do you know that we're not? Because the schedule doesn't say that. That to say, check your schedule, make sure it reflects what you're advertising. The other thing in regards to the space, I think there may have been some kind of conversation about a live range being used. Find out if you have the space. First of all, I really appreciate the vehicles being there to move us around. That's incredibly helpful, and it's nice to not have to trek everywhere you need to be. We're adults, we're lazy, we don't always have to do that, but I will if I have to. I didn't feel like I saw 7 to 800 acres worth of space, which is fine, whatever. I'm just saying if you advertise it and then there's a cost involved, you want to make sure you deliver on that. Or you want to make sure that you set expectations ahead of time so that people are aware of how this works. So I came into this, I paid $130. I'm going into it with the same expectations I would for AMS Milsim West. When your price point is similar to theirs, I'm going into it expecting you to have your act together, same as them. When you take the window of time, 48 hours, break that down to 29, and then the actual real life experience, we probably didn't go out for more than 5 missions, and I don't think any of our missions lasted more than an hour. So over the course of my experience at the field, so Friday night into Saturday at 10 p.m., I was there for 29 hours, which of course is not the 29 hours listed on the schedule. I didn't see any more than 5 hours of having a purpose or being on a mission. Purpose meaning, hey, this is what you're doing, go and do it. The rest of the time was just us sitting in our fob, eating snacks, not really sure what's going on, having a good time. That's not to say people don't want to do that. There's definitely an opportunity to hang out, but I want to know what I'm paying for. So the solution that I would recommend for this is just making sure that you put it out all across your media. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, videos, planning pages. Hey, this is what we've got in plan. Yes, you can be here for 48 hours, but you're only going to expect to get this much action time. Or this is how our event works. Leave your expectations for other companies. This is going to be different. This is what to expect. Now hit the pay now button. Once you surprise people after they've paid, it's where it gets a little bit sticky. That can lead to some frustrations. That can lead to difficult interactions. I say this as someone who works in customer service. There's something very strange where if you set someone's expectations, hey, you're gonna walk through the store, someone's gonna smack you in the head with a pillow, and then they're gonna prick your finger. There's gonna be blood. for some reason, people, if you tell them that ahead of time and then you do it, they go, you know what, my finger's bleeding, but I'm okay with it. As opposed to if you just surprise somebody and you do that, you're going to be angry as hell. Keep that in mind. I hope that helps you guys grow. Planning pages, I definitely want to see those improve. You have to have people in there that can give definitive answers with authority. What we experienced was trying to find out, is there a chain of command? No, but we've got a lot of jokes and memes that have pictures of butts and targets. Okay, but I paid a lot of money, and I'm hoping that there's a vision. Well, we're not really sure. Maybe. That can be cleaned up. That can have staff in there, making sure they're answering, and not just there to joke with their inner friends. If you just joke with the inner group of friends, that means that other new people coming in don't feel a part of your community, feel frustrated, and might not want to reinvest in your product. The next thing you want to make sure you have is someone in those groups answering the questions definitively. For example, this was a multicam only event for NATO, but we weren't sure, are we going to get yelled at if our cold weather gear is brown or tan based? The tax off on your website, of course, hasn't been updated for this specific event. Can't fault you for that, but it just says tan anything will work. That's not accurate. Post in the group, people are like, for sure, you should have it. Other people are saying, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I wind up posting, hey, I'm 100% bringing a tan poncho and a tan jacket. And I'm going to continue to bring that until someone definitively posts in here, you're not allowed to bring it. No one ever did. I moved on. No one seemed upset about it. So just make sure that you have that communication and ear to the ground in those planning pages to answer those questions and make sure customers feel like they've made a good investment. The next thing I would recommend, first of all, I use inappropriate language all the time. But what I would like to see from professional airsoft companies is the staff that handles themselves in that same way. I think that this will open up an interesting customer niche for people that want to bring their kids or other family members into this type of thing. And having a leader give an interesting narrative about where you should put your fingers in certain situations gets in the way of that. So again, that's funny, that's great. I would recommend keeping that for your smaller circle of friends, but when you're inviting customers into the experience, I'm okay not having that. It's not my personal moment of excitement. I also found that a lot of the jokes kind of distracted from the path that the conversation was taking in regards to training. Downtime, I think, was a tremendous disappointment for me, in the sense that we spent a lot of time just sitting down, not really sure what was going on. Eventually, our squad leaders would get us together, tell us what was happening, and then we'd execute. What I think might help in that situation is maintaining momentum. So if there was a way to take one or two squads and push them out towards a force-on-force type thing, in between bringing in another squad to debrief and then send them out and then rotate, I think that would keep a good sense of momentum with the event. You're hearing BBs in the distance, you're hearing bangers go off, and you're thinking to yourself, whoa, this is real. It can bring you into the immersive quality. And I think it would help get us up off our asses faster. What's going on? You need us. Let's do it. Once you give people the opportunity to sit down, get comfortable, it's hard to get them to motivate themselves to get the hell back up. So, possible suggestion, feel free to throw it out the window. The other thing that is going to be tremendously important is maintaining communication with the admins, what's supposed to be happening, and then what's actually taking place on the ground. So for example, Saturday they gave players during the day a mission for those players without nods. Then at night they were going to give us a nod mission. So for some reason we needed to be suited up by 5:30. Still don't understand that since the sun isn't going down until 7, whatever. Suit up. Our mission is to go to a tower, secure it, and look for a drug transaction. There's props. There's going to be something goes on, possibly vehicles, and our job is to take them out. What we experienced is the admin coming out, saying green to the woods. We're just going to ignore him. Sees a red light, talks to the guy. He assumes we're green, wanders off. We're laying down in those woods getting eaten up by mosquitoes for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours with absolutely nothing to do. Another handman comes out, green. Someone actually responds this time, tan. What? You guys are tan? Yeah. Oh shit, I'm gonna need to look into that. Walks off, never see him again. I don't know how much time passes. I'm just gonna abstractly say a half hour. A group of guys walk up, they call into the woods with our challenge pass. We respond back. Turns out they were tan as well. We're frustrated. For the three of us that rode together, we cashed in. We said, I'm over this. This is stupid. And we left. There's a lot of frustration when you're laying in the woods for no reason, and then it turns out there's some kind of miscommunication. I guess green was supposed to be in the woods and shooting at tan, but that got lost in communication. We're giving up. Now, right now, the current story in is there some kind of sniper mission that failed, and that's why we were laying in the woods for no reason? You got to figure something out so that we're not laying in the woods for no reason. That's just going to create negative energy all across the field, and also we're not really sure how a failed sniper mission results in us not doing anything. So, food for thought. But like I said, I'm coming at this because I want to see your events improve. I want to see where you are in the future so that I can pay and participate in that. Final topics to round out. If you're gonna bill the same as the major events, make sure your event stacks up with it. Make sure you're setting proper expectations so that players aren't coming in leaving incredibly frustrated and disappointment from the intelligence they received from you. Keep doing what you're doing. There is 100% a niche of people that want the experience you're working towards. I know I'm one of them. I have previous videos where I'm not all that interested in force-on-force action. I really want to get together with a squad, execute a task, and come back to learn what I can from it. Thanks again for hosting the event you did. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the future.